Hello and welcome to today's podcast. My name is Aidan McCarthy and I'm Head of Regulatory Training here at the network, and I'll be hosting today's podcast. Now, today's podcast is titled Why HSBC Life, which I suppose is a fair question that many advisors will ask when considering a protection recommendation. So I'm delighted to introduce to you today Mike Furness, Head of Protection Sales at HSBC Life. Welcome, Mike. How are you today?
Very good, Aidan. Thank you for inviting me. I'm really looking forward to our conversation today to tell everyone a little bit more about HSBC Life.
Brilliant, no problem. So today, Mike has kindly agreed to answer some questions, as he says, and tell us why HSBC Life. So, Mike, thank you for taking the time, firstly, today. There are lots of factors that advisors take into account when recommending a particular provider. Process, service levels, product features, costs, underwriting. So tell me, what are brokers telling you about which processes need to improve in the marketplace?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Aidan. And underwriting is usually a really strong topic here. So we're hearing that advisors want a slick process for underwriting. And we've had an instant digital rules engine that's delivered that since we really entered the intermediary market. However, for those who are not using Underwrite Me, the protection platform, there's always been this little question mark around whether we would accept a case that's got medical disclosures, as we don't ever go out for GP reports. So to stop that question, we've built a really easily accessible and comprehensive pre-sales underwriting calculator. And that'll give certainty that a client's application will get through the journey. Some great features in that. There are multiple medical conditions that you can put in, and there are absolutely no restrictions. You can put as many in as you want. There's stuff in there on family history, BMI, past and future travel, and we've got no restrictions on past travel for life cover. There's a TPD and waiver checker, and we include hobbies on there as well. So it's really comprehensive and can really help advisors to get that decision so they know their customers are going to get through that journey.
Brilliant, brilliant. And of course, all about speeding processes up and not going out for GP reports, etc. Now, I don't think I heard you say it, but I know I've heard on the marketplace at the minute about waiver of premium. That's great news. Tell me more.
Yeah, well, something we've been waiting for a long, long time. So when we initially launched, we launched without waiver, and we've been trying to get this kind of launched for quite a while. So well spotted. And yeah, we're launching optional waiver of premium at last, mid-October. And that's absolutely great news because it means that more firms and advisors will have visibility of our products. And there'll be more increased options for them when it comes to quality CI cover for their customers.
Yeah, definitely. I've been often asked the question, Mike. That's why I brought it up about how come I'm not seeing HSBC Life when I do my searching. And a lot of the time, the question was, are you looking for waivers? So that's going to alleviate that problem and you're going to appear in more searches. Brilliant.
Yeah, 100%.
Now that's really positive news as well, because you're going to appear in more searches. Now, we've had, given the recent exits from the market, that HSBC Life, now that you're becoming more accessible, what else have you done to help in this space to help advisors access you more?
Well, we're constantly taking feedback, and we're also constantly looking for ways to broaden the appeal of our proposition. So, for example, we recently opened up access to critical illness cover for customers with type 2 diabetes.
Right.
That in itself is a fantastic enhancement. However, we didn't stop there, and we're not stopping there. We've created underwriting rules where we don't need a GP report to assess these customers. So it's just a nurse screening and blood test, and that's usually returned in a gobsmacking 3 days.
I love the way he said gobsmacking. And I believe that those nurse tests can be done in various different arenas. They don't have to be done at a GP surgery, etc.
That's right. All done at home, time and venue to suit the client. Everything's digital when we go in. So results are read by machine code. And that is the bit that really speeds up the turnaround time as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that turnaround time is impressive. So really good. So those are lots of things to help advisors. Sounds like the team have been really, really busy at HSBC Life. So we always want more. So what can we expect? Is there more to come, Mike?
There's always more to come, Aidan, from HSBC Life, so we're not stopping there. You may have seen some industry news about added value services, and some people enhancing, but some reducing, and some services withdrawn. Well, at HSBC Life, we've just improved our proposition across the board for both new and back book customers. So our improvements, I'll just briefly mention in a second, we've given to every single customer on our back book. So some highlights really, just to pull out, there are unlimited, I'll say that again, unlimited GP appointments and a free blood test in the health MOT. We're also planning even further enhancements, which are going to be really, really strong, that I'm embargoed to talk about, but watch this space because they're really, really exciting.
Oh, good. Any time frame on them? You know what we like. Once we hear something, we want it. Any time frame?
I know, and I'd really love to give you one, but the time frame is a little bit fluid at the moment, and I'm just waiting on some dates. But as soon as I know, you guys will be the first to get that information.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mike. And of course, by the time some of our advisors listen to this podcast, they might already have those enhancements, but more and more will always come. So brilliant. So I suppose, in essence, when we started this, Mike, I said, why HSBC Life? And we titled it Why HSBC Life. So some really, really good points there. Thanks for taking the time as well to record the podcast today. I'm sure advisors will find it really, really useful. Is there any other things that you want to close off with, Mike, before we close the podcast off?
I think that's all the developments, aside from saying, thank you very much for inviting me. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been great to go through our proposition and some of the really exciting things that are coming, and as I say, more to come. So just thank you, and really look forward to working with you moving forward.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. And finally, to all of our advisors listening to the podcast, thanks for taking the time to listen to these podcasts today and also any others that you've listened to. Look out for more in the series. We will be covering more topics over the coming months. So thank you very much. Thanks to Mike, and thanks to everybody for listening. Have a great day, everybody.